What if after you die, part of you goes to heaven, part of you stays here? Just to see how things turn out.
Hi guys, welcome to first video of Sarada Zaban on YouTube. Here, we're going to teach you the important idioms and slangs used in English movie and series. You have probably seen a lot of this type of videos on YouTube or Instagram. We have an important difference from all those guys. When they are teaching an idiom, they play continually videos for you that they usually download from a site called Yarn. There are other sites, but the Yarn is famous. As I said, we have a very important difference from all of them. And that's it. We have a collection of 2,774 movies and serials, and this number is increased up to this moment. We use one of those videos and give a brief explanation about that video without the spoilers. Here's the thing, we won't spoil anything for you. And if you haven't seen those movies, it's no problem. But if you have, it's even better. In this way, you understand these terms better, in which situation they should be used, in what position, and in front of whom. This is the important difference between us and all friends. In addition to listening, you also have these features. Well, I don't talk anymore. Let's go to first tutorial. For the first step, we choose a part of the Sharp Objects miniseries for you, with the role of Amy Adams as Camille, who is a journalist who has returned to her hometown, Wind Gap. You can see her location in the picture. She returned to her hometown to prepare a report, as she's a journalist, on the murder that happened in her town. And she lives in her mother's house, and her mother is a rich and important person in the town. But Camille doesn't have a good relationship with her mother because of the past in this town and her mother. One night, Camille didn't go home and slept in the car on the street. And now it's morning, and she came back to home. And her mother, as I told you, she's an important person in the town. It wasn't good for her daughter to sleep in car on the street. And she wants to talk to Camille, though mother's nervous. She says the word very clearly and important terms. This is one of the other reasons for choosing this sequence. Before we watch the sequence, I promise this is the last point. And that's it. While we're watching with English subtitle, if you don't understand less than 30% to 50%, it's okay, don't be afraid. You are in the right place, so watch the sequence and enjoy.
Morning. Just left my bag in the car, so it's...
Come here. I'm happy you're here. But please, don't embarrass me. Not again.
What?
When you're here, everything you do comes back on me. Understand?
Honestly, no. Because that might have been true when I was a kid, but I'm an adult now.
Not in Wind Gap. When you're here, you're my daughter. You can move away and forget, but I can't. You don't know the people here anymore.
Yeah, believe me, I do.
I haven't heard from you in months. And you just show up asking such horrible, morbid questions, stirring everyone up, staying out all night. Ugh.
Look, Mama, please, stop, Mama. Look, stop, I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry. Honestly, it was nothing. I went for a drive. I was beat, so I pulled over to be safe. It was stupid. So.
You spent the night in the car? Did anyone see you?
No, no one saw me. Looking about my story.
I shouldn't have said anything. You know I can't have that kind of talk around here.
I just want you to understand that I didn't come back to cause any problems. That wasn't my intention.
In the first step, Camille says morning. We all know for the first word to people at the morning, we should say good morning. But To make this word conversational type, we say mornin. Okay, for better understanding, we use last, where Sawyer has come to Kate and Claire, and he wants to say them good morning, but he just said morning.
It's locked.
Morning, ladies.
Good morning. Morning.
Coffee smells good.
Well,
As I mentioned, he didn't say the good at the first nor the last G. For the next example, we go to Prisoners movie, where the detective went to one of the suspects in Kay's house and he wants to talk in a friendly way with him. And he says, morning.
Hi. Morning.
In Sharp Objects, the mother is saying to her daughter, I'm so glad you're coming back to us again, but don't embarrass me again.
But please, don't embarrass me. Not again.
Embarrass is a very important and widely used word. That means ashamed. For the next example, we go to Why Women Kill, where Tommy, our character, is dating a woman and she's kinda rich and old. And now they are in an ordinary restaurant, and Tommy gives her a cheap watch as a gift. And that lady is not really happy, and Tommy is upset by this reaction and tells her, am I embarrassing you?
And it's waterproof.
Oh, so it's safe from my tears of joy.
I wanted to do something special. It's our first date. I mean, outside of the van.
I'm not sure I'd call it a date.
Why not? We're at a table, then there's food.
I wouldn't call it food either.
You don't make it very easy to be your boyfriend.
Boyfriend?
Ah, another word you don't like.
It's just not how I would describe you.
What would you call me then? Your lover?
Why do you need a job title? What's wrong with Tommy?
Are you gonna put it on?
Why would I do that?
Because it's a gift and I'm asking you to.
Oh, for God's sake.
What's wrong? Am I embarrassing you?
Shush, sit down.
Oh, I'm sorry. Next time, I'll buy you a gift that you'll actually wear on a date with me. Like a ski mask.
Well, let's go back to mother's dialect.
You can move away and forget, but I can't. You know.
And tell her daughter that you can move away and forget everything. But I cannot do that. Which users move away instead of migrate. Of course, there are other meanings, but here it means to change the place that you used to live. For move away, we use Big Little Lights, where Ethan and his wife Zoe are talking together, and he's upset with his situation in the city, and offers to move to his wife. And Zoe tells him, what about Abigail? She'll definitely move away with us.
What?
you need to relax. We don't want anyone getting hurt, do we?
You know, we can always move. I don't have to live in Monterey.
Really?
Yeah.
You want to move? Okay, first of all, Sky loves it here. A lot. Second of all, we're never gonna find public schools this good. And third, what about Abigail? She goes back with her mom? She'll just move away with us. That'll be the last straw for X thing.
In the following, the mother is saying to Camel that you'd suddenly show up.
You just show up.
Let's check on a film by Coen Brothers called Trigger It, where Matty is looking for his father killer, who pays a marshal to go and kill him, and insists that he will be part of this mission. But on the morning of Marshall's mission, he goes without him. And now Matt is arrived, and the guy who moved the people tells him that Marshall said you'll show up.
Is that Marshall Cogburn?
That is the man.
Who's he with?
I do not know.
Well, take me across.
So, you're the runaway. Marshall told me you'd show up. I'm to present you to the sheriff.
That is a story.
Coming up, as Camel is a reporter, the mother said,
Asking such horrible, morbid questions, stirring every...
you ask questions such morbid questions. Let's go to the Hours movie, where Meryl Streep wants to visit one of her friends that's a writer. She wants to buy some flowers. She asks the seller what kind of flowers are good. And the seller says, for example, this kind of flowers. And she said, no, too morbid.
Flowers. What a beautiful morning.
Hi, Clarissa. How are you?
I'm having a party. My friend Richard's won the Carruthers.
Wow, that's just terrific. If I knew what it was.
It's a poetry prize for a life's work. It's the most prestigious. For a poet, it's the best you can do.
Oh, very good. So, what would you like? The lilies are perfect.
No, too morbid. Hydrangeas, I think. And,
The mother said, when you're asking this question, you'll make the people stir up.
Questions, stirring everyone up, staying out.
Means making other unhappy and kind of make this feeling. For the same meaning, we go to How to Train Your Dragon 2. When Hiccup mentioned the name of the person, and his father was afraid and ordered to everyone to be ready. Hiccup told him, you are doing this because of a guy who stirs up people.
No dragon or Viking sets foot off this island until I give the word!
Wait, because some guy you knew is stirring up trouble in some faraway land?
Because Drago Bloodfist is a madman without conscience or mercy. And if he's built a dragon army, God's help us all.
As I said, it has other meaning. For example, in Better Call Saul, Saul has gone to retirement home to do bad thing, and the receptionist know that he wanna make a trouble, and she didn't let him in, and the securities stopped him. And since Saul's good man always has a trick, he said, it's a little syrup down there. Let me go and use the bathroom at least, and they let him in.
Oh, come on, guys. Seriously? What are you making Soylent Green back there? It's... Right, okay. I'm backing away. Yeah? You know what? This has got me a little bit stirred up down there. Can I use your restroom? Please, I've got IBS.
Go ahead.
Another point is that we have a proverb with stir up that you can see here. Let's go to the great Houdini. When Houdini's mother has died, he wants to go to people who call up his mother's spirit to communicate with her. He knows that everything they are doing is a trick. Now he had gone to someone else to call him up his mother, and he's thinking about that person's trick. His assistant says, boss, finish it off. If you show their tricks to people, you'll stir up a hornet's nest.
Fourth. Oh. I'm sorry. I forgot.
Ma wouldn't have. She never forgot my birthday. Lady Doyle's a fraud.
Boss. This man created Sherlock Holmes. The whole world loves him. You love him. He's a big cheese in the spear business. You take him on, you'll stir up a hornet's nest. You gotta back off. You find these people and you turn them into heroes or fathers or something, then you get pissed when they turn out to be regular people.
Well, let's go back to the dialect. Mr. Mothernag.
I went for a drive. I was beat, so I pulled over to be safe.
Now Camel said, I was tired, I pulled over and I rested. She used beat instead of tired word. It also have other meanings that we will explain for you in the next video. For example, defeating, but here it means I was tired. For beat, let's check on Avengers Age of Ultron. They're attacking one of the residents of Hydra. The captain went to one of the engineers and said, give us Lucas one back. And now that guy says, unbeat this story.
Aaron Strucker, Hydra's #1 thug.
Technically, I'm a thug for S.H.I.E.L.D.
Well, then technically you're unemployed. Where's Loki's scepter?
Don't worry, I know when I'm beat. You'll mention how I cooperated, I hope.
I'll put it right under illegal human experimentation.
Well, for the next example, let's go to Incredibles 2. There is a party and the host said, well, I'm beat. We had a great time.
Well, I'm beat. Congratulations, big day. Good night, ladies. I will see you tomorrow.
Good night.
In the following, Camel said, I was tired, I pulled over and I rested.
I went for a drive. I was beat, so I pulled over to be safe.
For the phrase pull over, let's go to National Security movie, where two stupid guys are followed a van, and the police is also followed them. And police tell them, pull over, pull over.
Pull over! Get the van! You pull over, buddy! No! Get the van!
Well, for the next example, Dumb and Dumber movie, police follow them and tell them, pull over. And because they are not a smart guys, they said, it's not a pullover. They mean it's not a sweater, it's a jacket. But thank you for paying attention.
Huh? Pull over! No, it's a cardigan, but thanks for noticing. Yeah! Killer boots, man! Pull your vehicle to the side of the road!
I hope you enjoyed until here and learned something new. In the continuation, Camel says to her mother, I'm not here for making trouble. This is not my intention right now.
I just want you to understand that I didn't come back to cause any problems. That wasn't my intention.
She says intention. Well, let's check on intention example. We use very popular and amazing feedback in which the main character has gone for a long interview. The interviewer said, I read it and I enjoyed it, that was funny, but she said, that was not my intention.
Thank you for coming in today. We really appreciate you considering us for your small business startup loan.
No problem.
I've read your application form.
Thank you.
It was funny.
Oh. Okay, that wasn't my intention, but...
As you are probably aware, we haven't had the opportunity to support many.
For the last example, let's go to community sitcom, where the teacher says to student who has done something, and the teacher says, my class is not the place for such things you do. And also teacher says, I don't understand your intention.
Hi, Mr. Winger. I like to think that every life that passes through this class is changed. But every year there's always one cocky opportunist who's just here to coast and grab an easy A.
Oh, yeah? You ride home?
His name's Pierce. I can talk to him.
It's actually you, Mr. Winger. You have no intention of seizing the day.
What? Listen, I have never lived until I met you. I love you.
If you have any comments, we'll be so happy that you share it to help us to improve. Don't forget to subscribe and share this video with your friends. Until the next video!